Claude Code isn't just for writing code. You can use it to draft emails, book trips, cancel subscriptions, and generate content to grow your business.
The reason Claude's so good at coding is because all the context it needs exist as files on your computer. The most common way to give Claude access to your data and tools is through MCP servers, but it's difficult to convert that into files that Claude can access.
That's why we built Airstore. Airstore automatically turns everything your agent needs into a file system that Claude can access on any computer.
Let me show you how it works. Airstore is a virtual file system for AI agents. For example, I can connect to my Gmail and expose that data as files that my agent can use as context. So for example, I'm going to connect my Gmail here in the dashboard. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to look at my recent invoices for the month of January. So I can create a folder in the dashboard here where I say invoices, and I could just describe in natural language what I want. I could say invoices from January 2026. And so this is using LLM behind the scenes to generate a materialized view of that data source. So if I look in here, you can see there's a bunch of invoices. The nice thing about this is now I could give that context to my AI agent like Claude Code on my computer. So I could go in here and copy the command to mount this to my local computer, my local file system. So I'll do that. And now if I go into that directory, I'll show you what's going on in here. So there's a few different folders. I could have my MCP servers represented here as tools. And then all of my different data sources are also available here. So if we look at those invoices, they are now, this is now a real-time view of that data based on that query. And so this will just keep updating. In this case, it's between a specific window in the past, so it wouldn't update over and over again, but that's how that works. So now I could now go into Claude Code, for example, and I could say, create a CSV of all of my invoices from this folder, and I could pass it that folder. And so now Claude has access to all of that context, but no more context that I want. So instead of just giving it unfettered access to my entire Gmail, I can describe exactly what I want to give it access to, and Claude can do the rest. I could also go in here and connect tools like MCP servers, and they'll be available in my file system as well in the tools directory. So I'll show you that. So in this case, I've connected a linear MCP server, and it's now available as an executable on my computer. So Claude can use that as well.